if this doesn't get rectified and gets rectified in the very, very near future, within the next few weeks, our planet is going to be a different place. They will be sicker, they will be controlled, they will not have any privacy, they will not have any future. The danger is not what's in front of you, the danger is what you're being distracted from. The only way that you can control people is by keeping them in ignorance. But as soon as a person becomes empowered with knowledge, the one thing is that nobody can control you once you are aware. The world needs to wake up and understand that what's happening right now is an illusion, and it's going to mandate other things coming down, which is include RF chips. Everybody's going to have mandated vaccinations so that they can track those people and know who's been vaccinated, who's not been vaccinated. Stanford came out with a study a couple days ago. The Stanford study said this shows that the rate of death from COVID-19 is no different from influenza. That's what the study showed. Do you know what mainstream reported? That the study showed this is more rampant than anywhere else on the planet. They're putting the cause of death as COVID-19 for almost everything right now. And we've heard this type of information before. Some would call it conspiratorial, some would say it's rhetoric. But look, right now, you would have to be blind and deaf to not recognize that what is happening is not normal and is not justified. More doctors are not coming out and talking about this. The numbers don't add up. It's very, very simple. You can look at the math, you can look at the causes of death, you can look at how things are reported. And because they can't justify the numbers, they're now manipulating the numbers. They're now adding numbers to it. In other words, the number of deaths weren't sufficient to justify this, so they're now having nurses and doctors change death certificates after the patients have died. When a surgeon wears a mask, and when a nurse wears a mask with a critical patient, we're not wearing that mask to protect ourselves. When you're doing open heart surgery, replacing a knee, or you're doing some kind of hernia repair, why would you be worried about catching something? You're not. You're wearing the mask so you don't drool, you don't spit, you don't cough, you don't sneeze into that open surgical field. So because you're keeping it sterile. Now we come to the United States and we come to the current issue. Everything is misinformation. All right. We know that stress increases the cortisol, which is the stress hormone, which decreases the immune system. So when you scare people, tell them to stay home, you suppress their immune system because you're scaring them. You further suppress them because economic issues, they're stressed out. Now you tell them wear a face mask. A face mask reduces the amount of oxygen coming in. So now your body's in a chronic state of stress. They're pushing this agenda, and it's an agenda to make people weaker, to make them more susceptible. So you're actually increasing the susceptibility of the individual stress-wise and increasing the viral load. So tell me, if they really want to help people, why are they telling people that they should be wearing masks? It's completely preposterous. How do we know these RF chips that they're planning on inserting into our hands, that those things aren't emitting a signal, and then they can monitor our, how many people are congregating, where are we going, whatever. This is monitoring. This is Big Brother. Satellite technology already has that. They can pick that up. So now you think I want an RF chip in my hand that they can tell everything about me? That's why that's a violation of privacy. On top of that, just think about this for a second. How do we know that that RF chip is not picking up a signal? It may be a transmitting device, but it may be a receiving device. How do we know that it's not picking up something and then affecting our bodies? I want people to recognize that if you allow fear to motivate you, by definition, you'll always be wrong. My license doesn't mean anything if we are ushering in the extinction of the human race. And that's where we're going if we allow all these things to continue unchecked.